law and order. Safe kids, safe schools.
Zero tolerance. Guns and drugs off the street.
If you commit a violent crime in Lee County, we will put you behind bars at the Marceno Motel. It's that simple.
Happy Wednesday, Lee County. I'm Public Information Officer Nestor Montoya, joined alongside Sheriff Carmine Marceno for a very special edition of Midweek with Marceno. Sheriff, we are talking today about the Guardian program. Let's talk first about that partnership that we have with the Lee County School District and how this program kind of came to be.
Well, first and foremost, safe kids, safe schools is #1 important to me. You know, over 100,000 kids go to school in Lee County, Florida. That's a huge job. That's 100,000 parents or guardians that depend upon us, the sheriff and law enforcement, to make certain when that child gets on the bus that they return home safely. The Guardian program is great because it's going to enhance what we already have. And by the way, we are #1 in the state on how we protect our children.
Exactly. Our SROs are trained so much, but these guardians are also going to go through the same type of rigorous training.
People were worried in the beginning. They said, well, guardians, you're just going to hand somebody a gun. We don't walk into a store and say, sir, you look like you do a great job. Here's a firearm. We don't do that.
Right.
Guardians go through the same process as a law enforcement officer. Okay, and we even train more than Florida state statute, so we don't just scratch the surface. They go through the medical, the physical, the psychological, the background, firearms training, defensive tactics training. When they go through that program, they go in that school the same as a law enforcement officer. They're trained, they understand the rules and regulations, they understand what they need to do, and it's one team, one mission.
I do want to talk about a common misconception that people probably have about this program, thinking that guardians are going to replace SROs. That is not the case at all.
Absolutely not. I just spoke to the guardians, and amazing people. They're almost complete with their training, but I will tell you, the School Resource Officer program is #1 in the state of Florida. It's not just the officer in school. We have a school threat enforcement team. Okay, we have the Real-Time Intelligence Center. We have mental health counselors. This is a whole unit that does nothing but work with the schools, making sure that every threat that comes in, no matter what, we don't wait 1 second. We don't ignore red flags. We are taking training to another level. This is going to enhance our school resource officers. So now we're going to have more eyes and ears on the streets, in the schools, helping us out. We're going to enhance our award-winning, #1 winning School Resource Officer program and add guardians.
You know, this must bring a lot of peace of mind to parents knowing that everything that the Lee County Sheriff's Office is doing to make sure that their students are, that their children are safe in the upcoming school year.
You know, when you as a parent or a guardian send your child to school, they walk to one of 6,000 bus stops, they get on the bus, they go home. You need to make sure, we all need to make sure that we're doing everything we can to make sure that children get home safe. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of things keep you awake as sheriff, but the schools, you know, unfortunately today, it's not if, it's when. We see active shooter, we see a lot of different things, but I can tell you this, with certainty, in Lee County, Florida, we are ready for anything that comes our way. We're not waiting 1 second. God bless our children that go to school to learn. God bless our teachers and faculty that go to school to help and mold our future. We worry about their safety, and if anyone makes a fatal decision that brings deadly force to a school, we're not waiting 1 second. We're going to meet that with deadly force immediately. We will eliminate that threat outside the school before they even step foot in a school.
I couldn't have even said it better myself. Thank you everybody for watching this episode of Midweek with Marceno and learning more about this Guardian program. Sheriff, as you mentioned, all of this happening now in the summer, they are getting ready for the school year.
We are ready for everything that comes our way, and Lee County parents, just rest assured knowing that your children are going to be safe and protected in Lee County, Florida. We're leading the way #1.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you.